We cannot do private because you're government. We are a government entity.
Under what law?
Ipoa Act.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking you. Is it explicit in the Act that you can't undertake private prosecution? And if you juxtapose that with the provisions of Article 157, let's help us understand. Yeah.
Sure. Ipoa can do private prosecutions. What we are saying is that when we do our investigations and need to give recommendations to the ODPP, we have to wait until the ODPP now either agrees with our recommendations or returns the file to us to ask us to add on the evidence that he thinks perhaps does not meet the threshold. And during that process, because sometimes we finish our investigations very quickly, most of the investigations are over. But as you have heard from the figures, the files that are pending before the ODPP are too many. And we continue doing our investigations and forwarding our recommendations there. That's why we were asking for prosecutorial powers.
So, Waiganjo?
Yes.
Some of those files can stay there forever?
Yes.
In theory?
Sometimes in theory, they will stay there forever. Sometimes when they go to court, they'll be withdrawn without reference to the independent policing.
Can you do us a favor, Wiganjo? Can you give us an analysis of the files that you have taken to the DPP?
Certainly.
Those that have been prosecuted and those that are still pending.
That will be done right away, Chair. We have our CEO here who is in charge of the Secretariat, and we will give out those figures. But on to the matter that was also brought forth on the extrajudicial killings, we would also want this committee to take extrajudicial killings in law now legislatively from Manda. Yeah, Manda extrajudicial killing. We want a demarcation in law because we talk about extrajudicial killings and there is also Manda. So we want a clarity in that, and that can only be found in law. And then on abductions, we want a clear reference between abduction and enforced disappearance. Because the law is broad. We do not have a clear-cut law. When you say, because you cannot, sometimes there's an abduction and then you reappear. So you had disappeared, but you have appeared. So we are not clear on when are you abducted or when there is an enforced disappearance. The president also assured us that we would be carrying out an inquiry on enforced disappearance and extrajudicial killings. So we want that to come forth so that the citizens can come and give their stories. Because the files are many, we've post-mortem reports, we have a challenge of witnesses coming to us because also the witness protection program does not have sufficient budget to cover our witnesses. We have lost witnesses clearly when we have good cases. So those are some of the challenges we have. And I want to leave it now so that you can get the actual figures from our CEO.
Salake. You're the CEO, unless otherwise.